Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Let's first of all do a quick recap on the three main scenarios we are tracking here at the moment. We are starting with the most likely one, in my opinion, then the second most likely one, and the third most likely one. First of all, the yellow wave count is at the moment the preference. I show you that now with the lines. Yeah, so let's just discuss the yellow wave count. This wave count starts in November 2022 with a 1-2 setup, 1-2, and then another wave 1 here, yeah, the second wave 1 in yellow. Then we came down in an A wave, had a high B wave, and we're now coming down in a C wave, and could, as long as we're holding support around 22K, still move up in a third wave rally, but we need a reversal signal somewhere here. This is the most likely one at the moment, and we're also talking about why in this video. Let me first take you through the two alternatives before we go into the micro count. So the second most likely scenario at the moment would be that all of this move of the November lows was a 5-wave move. We've talked about that as an alternative as well. 5-wave move, this was wave 1, all of it, yeah, with a top in July. And then we're coming down, and that's basically the green wave count here. We are coming down now in an A wave. We would then rally in a corrective B wave and would then come down once more in a C wave. So this would be potentially, well, it would be more bearish. It would not necessarily be completely bearish, but support somewhere, support for this scenario, bullish support will be around 17.5 to 18K. So I would very much get bearish below that level, but obviously the more than expected drop that we've seen. I mean, we've been waiting for lower lows still, but it was of course a liquidation event. Now, I'm not saying that because of that drop that happened due to that liquidation event that I'm turning bearish, but I'm certainly getting a little bit more cautious. That I think makes absolute sense. Keeping an open mind is always important in the markets, but it's also important to understand the relevant levels and also some of the indicators and where we could be heading. So this is the second most likely scenario. We won't really know if it is the yellow one or the green one, or even something more bearish, until we see the next rally. And I think a next rally is due. It's just that before we see a rally in wave B or in the yellow third wave, we should see another low. Okay, so we're going to zoom in a minute and talk about why. But for example, in the yellow wave count, we would basically expect another low, maybe to 24 or 22K, and then a third wave rally, which can happen very quickly because we had similar situations in the crypto market before, where we had sharp breakdowns, very sharp breakdowns, similar RSI values, and we had rallies of that, right? It would be quite likely to expect some kind of a rally of this low or the next one. And we talk about why. But yeah, we won't know if it's this one in yellow, because here we would rally in an impulse, or if we rally in a correction, then we have a good understanding that it's probably the green wave count and we have to expect a much larger drop. Also want to just highlight it and want to make everybody understand that probably below 18K, I've always said that is sort of my bullish threshold level. Yeah, below that level, we could easily go to 10K or below. That's just a level where I think we're going to see a complete turn in scenarios, and we can drop much more. So another 50% off there, for example. So that's just something that we all need to be aware about. I want everybody to understand that. Not that everybody is surprised. Nobody should be surprised anyway, because anything is possible in the markets. So at the moment, we're still looking for lower prices, okay, because we haven't got a confirmed low in place. So depending on how low it goes, we just need to be aware that the overall assumption can change at some point. But that's nothing I'm primarily looking for at the moment. But of course, and that's the work of an analyst, we're very much open to different scenarios and will adjust accordingly if needed. And the third likely scenario is, of course, this 1-2-1-2-1-2 setup, which is still very bullish. I don't think it is going to play out unless we really get a U-turn tomorrow or so, because it came down too low. Not invalidated anything. Actually, this is still a scenario that is absolutely valid, but we dropped a little bit too low. We dropped below the likely Fibonacci support. And we are with one more low, which the microstructure makes quite likely. We're going to take out the June low, which would invalidate this scenario. So it's still possible. It's too early to take it off the chart. That's the white wave count. Yeah, it's too early to take it off the chart because it's not invalidated, and it's always possible that Bitcoin or Ethereum turn around at any time. So looking at the microstructure now, you can see that price is coming down here off this high, which I, as I said, primarily consider a high B wave, and we're coming down in the C wave, which would be a 5-wave move. So it can very much be that we had a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3. Yeah, and now we're doing this wave 4 on the weekend with one more wave down to come in a wave 5. 2, obviously, as I said, around about 24 to 22K. If we zoom in even more into the detailed wave count, going to the 1 hour chart, then you can see that so far price probably is moving in a correction. So it could be that this was an A wave rally, which topped on Friday at around $27,000. We came down in a B wave. We might be moving up in a C wave now, or it might turn into some kind of a triangle. So either way, I expect a correction. Resistance is 27,720. As long as we stay below that level, another low is expected. A break above that level could shift scenarios towards something more directly bullish. And important to understand is that obviously after one more low in the yellow wave count, we would really rally. That can happen. I wouldn't be surprised because we are way oversold in the markets, way oversold. If that next rally is corrective, it's likely a B wave or something more bearish. So that's the structure we need to pay attention to. So we can easily just sort of wait how the next rally is playing out. And then based on the structure, we can decide which scenario is it most likely is. Looking at the RSI, I just want to point something out on the daily time frame. Here highlighted in green, these are all the instances where Bitcoin rallied significantly in the past of oversold readings on the RSI. Now, sometimes you get the real low and a divergence on the indicator, but typically with readings like these, you get significant rallies. Not all the time, but in most cases, yeah, whenever we had an oversold reading on the chart, even if it dropped afterwards again, but typically you get your 30, 40, 50% rallies, okay? So that is just something, let's say it would be unusual if Bitcoin doesn't rally at all. Last time we had a low reading like this was here in March 2020, which is pretty crazy. So it's going to be interesting, yeah? But it's only an indicator. So as I always say, it's an indicator and price always needs to confirm. So I'll keep you updated. At the moment, as I said, I'm not impressed by the reaction that we had to the 50% retracement level. So still most likely another low at the moment expected. And when do we get a confirmation that we are moving down? Well, I would say if we get a break below what I have labeled here as the B wave low, below 25,620, then we are already dropping in that fifth wave to maybe 24K. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.